This presentation was recorded at the 2015 ANZICS ACCCN Annual Scientific Meeting.
Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Nau mai, haere mai ki te whenua o Aotearoa. Tēnā koutou. Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm Aotearoa Māori greeting to you all. I've just welcomed you in our beautiful language, Te Reo Māori, and I've welcomed you here to the tribal homelands of Aotearoa. So tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. I acknowledge you all. It's our pleasure this morning to offer you a traditional Māori welcome, where we still do the same rituals when we're entering our home villages. So you, as your whānau here, your whānau conference, and I love the name, intensive care under pressure, you are on that waka. You are coming here as one to our homelands. We are going to greet you. And as part of the greeting, we're going to have our local Māori group enter on stage where you will hear the chants of welcome. Toia mai te waka. Ki te urunga te waka. You are coming, hauled onto the beaches as one waka, as one people. We then offer you a speech of welcome in our own native language, where we acknowledge your friends and our friends and family members who have passed on. We then acknowledge Māori forces such as mountains and rivers and our beautiful harbours here in Tamaki Makaurau. And then we acknowledge you, our special manuhiri, our special guests here. We then embellish the words of the speaker with a waiata. The waiata plays significance by adding the essence of the speech making. And then following that, we will then offer you songs of welcome to your conference. So my name is Zella Morrison. We have Taina here who welcomed you with the pukaya. Pukaya is to call. And now we greet our local Māori group here. So tēnā koutou, kia ora. That concludes the formal chants of welcome and your welcome speech here. So with that, we'd now like to just share with you a phrase that you can use during your stay here. And we as Māori like to use two words. The two words are kia ora. Now, kia ora can mean many things, so I'd like to invite our whānau group Raukura just to share with you what the meaning may be. So, kia ora can mean hello. Kia ora. Thank you. Kia ora. Well done, or even excellent. Kia ora. So how about you just say that word kia ora? Can I hear you say kia ora? And to the person next to you, or maybe if you've got no one sitting next to you, to me, say that word kia ora. Kia ora. And do you know, kia ora in its true sense means to have good health and well-being. Ora is to be well. Kia is to be well this day and the next and the day after. So that is the word kia ora. And ladies, if you have your partners here or otherwise, and they buy you a beautiful gift while you're here, you can say kia ora as well. We'd now like to offer you a combined, what we know as action song poi. Now the action song, you will see the shaking of the hands. So just while you're there, you can just shake those hands. It means life. Everything that moves has life. It's called the wiri. We use the wiri to animate, and our actions tell us the meaning of the words. We're then going to add the poi. Ngā wahine mā, the poi. Now the poi was originally made from quite heavy river stone, wrapped in beautiful flax, and used as a tool to increase the suppleness and strength of the wrist by our men. But today the women are going to perform the poi because that can mean many things. We depict the rowing of canoe or waka, the flights of birds and many insects. But this is my favourite part. It is the tapping of the poi to the front and the back of the hand, which makes percussion sounds. So we're now going to enjoy the action song followed by the poi.
Bye.
That is the action song and poi dance. And now we'd like to conclude our welcome for you by performing you what you may know as our most aggressive dance, the haka. I can hear some mumblings in the audience here. The haka is the most powerful dance of Māori. It is a dance that was performed prior to going into battle. You will see the aggressive gestures, the protruding tongue by our men, the bulging of the eyes by the women, the slapping of the chest and the stamping of the feet. These gestures were used to intimidate and frighten the enemy, but also it measured the mana and strength of the warriors. It was always performed to face the enemy, and if a powerful haka took place, the enemy would retreat, which meant the haka on its own had already won the battle. The women too participated in the haka because they knew there was a 50% chance their men would come back. So they would add their own essence, their wairua, their strength to the performance of the haka. So this is te haka. Thank you. Thank you. Kia ora. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been our pleasure to open your special conference and enjoy our beautiful island city of Tamaki Makaurau and the country of Aotearoa if you're travelling further afield. So on behalf of Raukura, tēnā koutou, kia ora!
Well, that was a wonderful welcome, and I am not going to mention the rugby, but you feel for the Australians when they have to face that. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Andrew Turner. I'm the outgoing president of the Intensive Care Society, and I guess it's with great pleasure that I welcome you all here today to the 40th Intensive Care Annual Scientific Meeting. For those of you who aren't aware, that the first meeting of the ASM was held in 1976 in Adelaide. And that was a number of years after the first, what was recognised as the first intensive care unit in Australia and New Zealand was actually set up here in Auckland with the Central Respiratory Care Unit. And I guess it's very fitting that the 40th meeting is actually held here today. In 1976, when the meeting was held, it was held by ANZICS, the Faculty of Intensive Care, and also the Critical Care section of the Royal Australian Nursing Federation. And the ASM has always been run by a collaborative of medical and nursing. And over the years, it is one of the things we've prided on with this meeting is that it has a degree of inclusivity, and it now includes medical, nursing and allied health. And I'm actually very confident that when you look at our outcomes in intensive care in Australia and New Zealand today, our outcomes are very much as a result of this meeting and the fact that we have moved together over time to this point. And as part of that, I am absolutely certain that this is, without doubt, the most important intensive care meeting in the world for that very reason. Now, Di is going to mention and name and shame the organising committee, but on behalf of the Society, I'd very much like to thank the organising committee. We acknowledge that it takes blood, sweat and tears to put together a meeting such as this, and we can only, thank you so much for what you've done. It goes without saying that the Society very much thanks our premium sponsor, which is Fisher & Paykel, for the meeting. And again, I just want to reiterate what you've probably heard many times before. Without the trade, this meeting cannot happen. So please attend the trade and spend some time with the trade. It's very important. So once again, on behalf of ANZICS, the Intensive Care Society, look, I warmly welcome you all here today, and I'll hand over to Sarah. Thank you.
So I'm Sarah Walker. I'm Chair of the New Zealand College of Critical Care Nurses, and on behalf of the college, it's my pleasure and great privilege to be able to welcome you to this conference, to the wonderful city of Sales, Auckland, New Zealand. We appreciate that people have travelled a long way to be here today, particularly some of our keynote speakers and the sponsors who don't just come with an overnight bag. Welcome. The New Zealand College of Critical Care Nurses for the New Zealand College of Critical Care Nurses, the New Zealand ANZICS ASM provides a perfect opportunity to develop collaborative partnerships and network with our Australian colleagues. The conference also provides an opportunity to share knowledge and innovation through the programme. I would like to recognise the hard work that's gone into creating such a varied and packed programme. Whether you are a nurse, a doctor, a pharmacist, a nutritionist, physiotherapist or a technician, there's something for everyone working within a critical care environment. To you all, I say enjoy the programme, network, have fun, don't lose sleep over the Rugby World Cup World Final, and kia ora and welcome.
I'm Di Chamberlain. I'm the ACCCN President, and it's a very, very deep pleasure to see you all here, and a very warm welcome to all of those who've come from Australia. And I am going to mention the rugby, and I'm so pleased it's on Sunday morning instead of during the conference. And I think we'll all enjoy that, and it'll make our time together focus on what we're here to focus on. So when we get down to the nitty-gritty, the organising committee have put in so much time, almost 2 years of hard work to get this done. And the conveners especially, there's Nick Randall, Alex, whom, how do you say your surname, Alex? Kazima, yeah. With the nursing conveners, Alison Perrett and Debbie Massey, I've had a lot to do with you both, and you've both worked very, very hard. Fiona Miles, paediatric medical convener, and Nicola Genie, who I haven't met actually. All right, so, and then there's the industry liaison, Joe Ritchie, who's done a wonderful work there, and Tony Williams, who's also the scientific subcommittee to actually acknowledge. So have fun, enjoy the conference, fantastic theme, go and see the sponsors and have a really good time. Thank you.
Welcome to Auckland. Thanks for coming. Now I have just a few sort of housekeeping things to go through. So the Most of you would have already logged into the Wi-Fi. If you haven't done so, then just go to Sky City Conventions, and that's pretty straightforward. If you haven't downloaded Show Gizmo, it will be used extensively throughout the conference, so it's definitely worthwhile getting on and doing that now. You just have to search for it in the search bar, ANZICS ASM, as you can see there. Just click on that, and you'll need to put an email address in it and develop a password, but you need to get on and get that done pretty soon. Because a number of the sessions will have live polling in them. And so the only way you can participate in the live polling is through the app, and especially if you're going to the Journal Club, the paediatric session on Saturday morning, and the paediatric panel, they will use live polling and live Q&A, so it's important to get that downloaded. I guess the first live polling question we've got for you is who is going to win the World Cup? So we'll reveal the results at the end of this quick talk. So will it be A, New Zealand, B, Australia, followed by a zombie apocalypse in which nobody will be able to leave, or there is a few people who may have thought the World Cup was in 2014 and won by Germany, but so it's best to get on, download the app, go to live polling and answer the question. The Q&A facility will be available throughout the sessions, especially when it's labelled in the program. Now, to do that, you go to ask a question, but before you decide to do that, here's a handy help to decide whether you should ask a question. My personal favourite is the one that says it's a speech, so we don't want any speeches, you know. If you think what you're actually going up to do is make a speech rather than ask a question, then you should probably go down to do not speak. And also the proximity to the morning or lunch breaks is also an important period for which to consider. The online Q&A is done through Show Gizmo. You have to click on the session in which you're in. So from the program you have to go to the session you're in and then ask your question. So as you can see, this is a screenshot from my phone, and we're at the opening and welcome ceremony. You can't ask me any questions, and certainly not. It's time for you to finish. The other option, if you have a Twitter handle and you're on Twitter, is to ask your questions through the hashtag #ASM15 QA, and we'll have moderators moderating those questions, and we'll ask the questions. The moderator will ask the questions on your behalf. The program has been designed so that everybody can go to everything. So there's the paediatric, the nursing, the medical, and the allied health streams. So do feel free to cross the streams and go to any of the events that you would like to. We want you to tweet how fantastic the conference is. Unlike some conferences in the world, we allow registrations right up to the last minute. We would ask you, though, to set your phone to silent. And just not to disrupt people, but please do feel free to use social media to tell everybody how wonderful we are. You can't smoke. Make sure you look after your stuff. The emergency exits are in the brochure. In the event of a fire, just refer to that. This room will be split into 4. The concept is not that difficult, but finding the room may be challenging for some people. The one room that is challenging is this room here, room 4, okay? Sorry, room 3, even I can't get it right. Room 3. So room 3 is here. Now where the TV screens are, there will go a corridor. A corridor will go in there. Okay, and the only way you can get into room 3 is via the doors just by that pillar. So you have to come in through those doors over there, along the corridor, and into here. All the other rooms are very accessible because there's doors around the periphery. This one here is not. Okay, so it's the only one. So if you happen to be in Auckland room 3 for something, then just make sure you come down the corridor to get in. The bathrooms, most of you would have found them on the mezzanine floor just behind you. We are in the main plenary room. All meals will be upstairs in the exhibition centre. Obviously you go up there and mingle with the trade, and that's where the food will be served. After most of the speeches, the speakers will go to the speaker zone and there's an opportunity to interact with them there. A number of restaurants want to go and have dinner with them and they'll give you a discount. They're also in the handbook. If you do need to do some word processing, photocopying or printing, a likely thing, then please do go and see the Convention Services desk, which is conveniently where you can also get your parking ticket for $18 if you have driven here. Now, the result of the polling hopefully will be coming through now. And there we have it. So it's a clear win to the New Zealanders. So one just went up there. So just make sure you do get the app working before you go to any of those sessions that have the live polling and Q&A. Okay, so that's the housekeeping done. I've had to rattle through that because we are running a little behind time, and we don't want to cut into any of the speaking time of our plenary speakers this morning.